Hey, what's going on to all my Sagittarius? So you have the Hanged Man, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Wands. I already did this video, but I decided to stop because some things happened. So come back. You have the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, and last but not least, you have the Devil. So a lot of clip-orthic energy. The overall premise for this reading, a lot of you Sagittarius need to essentially you needed to have gone through what you have gone through in order for you to become more powerful, but also for you to stop denying certain aspects of yourself, because sometimes Sagittarius does like to play on the hullabaloo, right? Like to play on the hype. Well, this person taught you a lot of, hanging out with this person taught you a lot of lessons. The Hanged Man, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Wands represents, there's certain bits and pieces about yourselves that you began to understand from this past experience. I know a lot of Sagittarius in my own personal life who told me the same thing, and it's very much so it's very much so true. The Hanged Man is about needing to understand yourselves better. The Hanged Man represents the shield, or the clip-orthic, or what most people would consider hell, right? Dante's Inferno, right? That story. When they talk about Dante's Inferno, right? You've heard of it, the famous folklore, stuff like this. That's what it is that they talk about. When they talk about the story where, goes to the underworld for 3 days and then resurrects, this is what the card represents. It represents the clip-off. It represents going to the underworld, spiritually, right, having terrible experiences happen to you, so that you can learn aspects about yourself. It's also going through the abyss, right? So there's two ways of going through the abyss. You can either enter into the clip off, or you can initiate yourself into the Kabbalah. The Hangman specifically represents the clip off. So what happens here is that this is a situation for a lot of you where a lot of you Sagittarius been through the rough times with these people, and you have a better understanding, even more, of who you are and how to understand other people's natures, so you don't spend so much time interacting with a group of people who are going to waste your time, right? Because you know yourself. The Four of Wands, you also understand that a relationship has to be reciprocal, and that if it's not, then you're not going to really stick around a very long time, right? Sagittarius is one of those zodiac signs that is not meant to stick around a wrong individual very long. That's why it is that y'all are partially the stallion, is because you're partially the person, so that you can understand when someone is wasting your time or not, so that you can be the stallion, which is a wild horse in that sense, and leave, right? Because you are the wanderer in that regard, meaning that you're supposed to leave people who are a waste of your time alone. But Sagittarius is one of those zodiac signs that can really get themselves caught up in messed up situations, because Sagittarius a lot of times, right, will fall for the okey doke of a person just telling you that they are a work in progress, but or people who make it seem like they're doing the work, and that they're striving to be better, but they never actually get around to doing it. So a lot of you Sagittarius definitely have to learn that there is a reason for the centaur, right, or the centaur, right, which is the half person, half horse. And how you do that is the half person is supposed to recognize or understand when somebody is wasting their time, and the half horse, the instincts is to be wild and run off or walk off or leave them alone. So the relationships has to be reciprocal, right, give and take. The Nine of Wands represents stop going after wounded individuals, or you should stop going after wounded individuals. Or a lack of tolerance for wounded individuals. And that's good, because it's one thing if a person is wounded, because we all wounded to a certain extent. That's not, you're not going to run away from that. We're all got wounds to a certain extent of a whole lifetime that we are learning how to heal, or we should be learning how to heal at the very least. We should want to, at the very least, learn how to heal it. At the very most, we are learning how to heal it, and we are becoming more complete, or reverting back to a time where we were complete, right? Um, But then you have individuals who are really out here being very incomplete, and running around out here, and they're all over the place looking for the best option. No matter what the best option is outwardly, it'll never make up for the lack of inner substance that they have. So dealing with people who are messed up like that, it's a waste of your time. You're not going to get what it is that you think you're going to you want. And from what I understand, the hangman stuff like this, you either need to have this realization and really understand on a real level by going through trials and tribulations yourselves. Because Sagittarius is a zodiac sign that likes to learn the hard way all the time, or right? Some of y'all can be like that. I'm not picking on y'all, but let's keep it 100. Some of you Sagittarius can learn through having people telling you, and y'all can humble yourselves like that. But then some of y'all Sagittarians like to learn the hard way. Let's not even play games with this. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm not picking on y'all. I'm just telling it like it is. But the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles is about, but you should be looking for an individual whom um, you Sagittarians should be looking for an individual who is very much so into healing. They've healed themselves enough. They want a real relationship. They know how to communicate. They know how to communicate well enough, good enough. The Ten of Pentacles, they can also take care of themselves. They're not looking for you to subsidize them, even though Sagittarius can do it and sometimes will do it. You Sagittarians should be looking for people who have these characteristics. They are good with money, because a lot of times people harp over their paycheck, their yearly paycheck. Oh, I make 100,000 a year. No, you don't. You saying 100,000? You saying that's what you getting, right? Cap 100,000. Yeah, that's gross. That's gross worth that. Why? Because you're not really walking away with 100,000. You're not at, because taxes. So then what I'm trying to show you here is, then if they do a lot of spending, right? They do a lot of spending. They're certainly not walking away with 100,000. They're really going to walk away with, depending on how severe their spending is, they may walk away with 50,000, because gross is different from net. Net is what you take home. Net is what you can keep. Gross is the cap of if all the money is the sum of, if all the money was just in front of you and no taxes was taken out, and that's the theoretical number. Net is what you actually take, is what you actually grasp. You dig? So you want to make sure that these people have the characteristics of, they're good with money. They have other things going on. They know how to budget. They also know how to communicate. It's not about only physical intimacy. Yeah, they're giving you physical intimacy, but you and them actually know how to get along. There's good communication happening. The Four of Pentacles represents, this is how you create the foundation. This is how you create. This is how you create something long term. This is what it is that you Sagittarius, if you want a real relationship, a long term one, these are some of the characteristics that a lot of you should be looking for. So you should pay for some things. they should pay for some things. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if the other person is rich. If the two of you are in a relationship the way you say you are, and the two of you can you make enough, can pay for your own, the two of you should be okay with sharing. It's not all about one side. Oh, well, the person is rich. What is that supposed to mean? So if the person is rich or very well off, one side should be spending all day bread, right? And lowering their bank account cash so that the other person can be okay. That's lame. I don't get down with these people on YouTube talking that nonsense. And I'm not being disrespectful. It's just that it sounds like a con job to me. It sounds like some con artistry type stuff. But then the thing is that the Queen of Wands represents this being a situation for you where, and this is how it is, some people are going to try to play it. Some people are going to try to come in and make it seem like you should do everything because you need to take care of them. That take care of bid, that take care of stuff, I don't know if I don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree. I think that's lame. And in a future video, I'll tell you why that's a whole setup and a half. That is a setup. If take care of you, what do you mean take care of you? You mean look out for you, but I'm not taking care of you like you know what I'm saying? Like a situation. Like, nah, that's not happening. You are a whole adult and you need to learn responsibility and take care of yourself in certain regards. That whole, I don't care how much money I make, that whole take care of type stuff, that ain't happening. That ain't and I don't care. And you Sagittarians shouldn't either. The the Hierophant represents Sagittarius. The Hierophant represents Sagittarius. The Hierophant represents this being a situation for you where you need to understand that whatever the way that you interact with people, whatever works for you, whatever interaction, whatever type of relationship style works for you, go with that. For real, for real. And the Hangman is very important because stop lying to yourself, whatever it is, whether it's open, whether it's monogamous, whether it's dating, shopping around, dating around to see what else is out there, right? Dating lightly, it's up to you. Be honest with yourselves. Because not being honest with yourselves, that's why a lot of you Sagittarians get yourselves in relationships that you don't want, or find yourselves in certain situations that you don't want to be in. Because a lot of you Sagittarians can be people pleasers, especially when it comes to people who giving you some. So the Ace of Pentacles represents how a lot of you need to understand that Ace of Pentacles and the Devil, a lot of you need to understand what a real relationship is. Y'all haven't been through enough just yet. Y'all say that y'all have. No, you haven't, because you're not learning your lessons. Because if you did, you would let me just go ahead and really give you some more game. If you did learn your lesson, the way that you approach relationships would be like a Virgo, a Scorpio, um, a Scorpio, an Aries, or a Capricorn from the Vedic astrology. You would have to understand love quite a lot. You would have to actually know what it is. The Ace of Pentacles, the Devil, you're not done. You still have a lot more to learn here and in here. Why am I saying this? Because you're on the right track and you will be meeting new people. But while you're single, what I suggest you Sagittarius do is just kind of learn from the past, reflect as to what's going on with y'all, right? Or what I should say, to be more accurate, what happened with y'all and what you learned from that, what you learned getting out of this past relationship that you was in. What do you need for you? What brings you closer Or what is the real you? What do you actually like? If you know that you don't want to be in a relationship, take a cool off. You know you want to be, you want to be in a relationship again. Okay? You know you really want to be in a relationship. Stop paying for everything. Let these people come out of pocket. If they can't pay for everything, or if they can't pay for everything, and you want to be gracious, pay for something sometimes not too expensive, while you need to let them know that they should be looking for a job of them for themselves. And if they can't find one, they still expect you to pay for everything. Then that's how it is that you know that it's a red flag. This person is using you. If we are grown-ups, this is just my suggestion. You don't have to take this. But if we are grown-ups, everybody should be paying their way. Unless you're incapacitated where you really can't physically do the work, do the work. Anytime I hear someone talking this nonsense, even if you are a stay-at-home individual, you're supposed to be making some sort of legal money from your home. No excuses. No excuses. You're supposed to be pulling in something. That whole concept, this is not the 50s. That whole concept of one person, we're in a position right now where inflation, Sagittarius, we're in a position right now where everybody got to have at least two incomes, two. So that whole concept of people out here playing these games where, oh, one person pays and the other person just leeches, what is that? And if not two incomes, you're supposed to have a job or your own business that can subsidize or equate to two or more incomes. So I don't know where these people coming from with the whole mentality of they want you to pay for everything or whatnot, or these people who are going to be approaching you with this. That's lame. You should leave that alone. So let's clarify the hangman. What kind of shuffle was that? Come on, yo. The Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, Lovers. The Ace of Cups, you gonna have some people who gonna come at you like that, like they interested. If you're not already having those people who come at you like that, it's all game. This is why clarification. Let me draw another one. The Ten of Pentacles, right? That proves my point. They're using you for money. So it's all game. So you have people out here. It goes right back into what it is that I was saying. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Maybe you may need to be single and just kind of listen to your friends tell their horror stories about how people used them and played all types of games with them, while you learn game from listening to them about what they did wrong and what they did right. Some of you Sagittarians, you may be in a situation from a first-hand perspective, and you Sagittarians need to also observe them and watch how they move, and don't put too many eggs in one basket just yet. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get this YouTube channel to 2,500 subscribers. As of right now, I have 2,413 subscribers. Please keep hitting that subscribe button. Y'all have been great. Really appreciate y'all. Can't thank y'all and all the other zodiac signs enough. Really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna keep pumping out these videos, and the more powerful I get on YouTube or whatever else other opportunities got coming up, I'm gonna go ahead and do my endeavor best to give back. But what else? Oh yeah, I also have an Instagram. My Instagram, the link to my book on Amazon, which you can get it at through a Kindle or a soft cover. I would suggest getting the soft cover, but do whatever it is that you want to do. And the website in which you can inquire any of my services. All three of those links are in the description box, as well as the comment section in the pinned comment below. Peace. Appreciate y'all.